long ass counter on.
Yeah, what's up?
You already know, Mello-ROOM in the fucking building.
Got your boy Mike, Lucas, Gambino,
Big Lukey Dookie.
Got your boy Ooh, Big Oo's in the building.
And as usual, Ray on the engineering.
Ray, say what's up to the people.
What's popping like virgin vaginas?
Don't act like you don't act shy now.
For those just tuning in, y'all, we actually doing video today. You can check out, we got the motherfucking shirts in the building.
First time with the video, you know,
we got the
different
shirts
things.
in the motherfucking building. For those on live, they can't see my shit.
Got some different shit going on. Yeah, we gonna play around with all that, you know, get some angles, get all that type of shit going. First time, so you know.
Yeah, first time shit going on here. We also got a special guest for the first time on Mello-ROOM.
Yes, sir.
And excuse me, guys, if I don't say your names correct, because I'm terrible with motherfucking names. But I believe it's Ski. Producer Ski.
I go by Ski.
And Oace, you a rapper, right? Producer. Okay, he's a producer too.
Oace.
Yeah. I go by the name Too Lifted though professionally, but yeah, my friends know me as Ski. My dog Ray Mundo.
That's what's up.
Yeah, John Ski, aka Too Lifted, man.
Okay, y'all producers. Both of y'all producers.
Yeah, both of us.
That's what's up. That's a good look. Yeah, that's a good look right now.
Shout out to Mello-ROOM, man. Y'all can't, I see the progress, man, little by little. Every time I come in.
Little motherfucker, that's how it works.
Yeah, man, you know, they ain't built Rome in the day, so we on the same page. We're putting the pieces together, and you know, hopefully something really tremendous will pop out of this.
Yeah. Like I explained to you guys off air, man. You know, this is strictly for the artists, made by the artists and shit. So you know, we here to celebrate you guys, just getting a little bit lifted. You know what I'm saying? And just bullshit, man. I got a couple of topics I like to bring up towards the end and shit, but we just gonna shoot the shit for now or whatever. Big Ooze, man, how you been, brother?
I've been chilling, working hard, trying not to hardly work, but still working hard. You figure me? Yeah. But now, you know, it's been a crazy week, been adventurous, been busy, you know what I mean? Got family in town.
Cut that fan up?
Did a couple things, man. Went and checked out the comedy show the other night. Shout out to all the comedians that showed up at the Orlando Improv. It was amazing. Shout out to Chico Bean. Shout out to Jersey, My Verse. You guys did your thing. Y'all held it down, you know what I mean? Yeah. But Mike, back to you, man. What's going on?
Man, I ain't been doing shit, but been in the studio doing what I do, bro.
Well, I mean, that's where you logically want to be.
Yeah, you know, I've been fucking. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention, but I've been releasing like 4 fucking songs out there on SoundCloud already.
Yeah, I've been seeing them.
We're gonna play a song of ours, you know, interlude. Y'all get to hear our shit.
Okay.
Other than that, man, I went the other day to the World Food Festival and shit.
That's in Altamont, right? That was in Altamont.
Yeah, in Altamont. What did I say? In Croom's Nest.
Croom's Nest. Yeah, man. That's what's up. But how was it, man? Because that's always so different.
It was good, man. I mean, you know, I stuck more into the Caribbean food and shit, which I've already eaten before.
I'm sure that's where they had the music. It was probably dancing on.
I mean, there wasn't too much dancing, but. Yeah,
anybody dressed like Carnival?
Well, nah, I mean, you know, it don't even matter because that's the whole thing. Wherever you got the Caribbean side, they get it in.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they had music, but it wasn't
like it wasn't cooking. Too much. You know
what was crazy? You know what was crazy? They had capoeira out there.
Oh, okay. So you had to do it with it. That's like dance and martial arts.
Yeah. So they know dance hall, yeah, they had dance hall, like not like it's not a cultural thing versus music. It was for food.
Okay.
So they had like Guyanese people out there. They had all of them, and they had their culture, and they had you know that outfit they wear like in what's that shit called, man? I can't remember the names and shit. You know when they dress like when the girls wear like the feathers across their back and they have
carnival, like carnival.
Yeah, carnival.
That's what I asked.
That's a good look. Shit, I went out there for that.
Yeah. There was 2, but you know they weren't like the best looking.
Yeah, but you know, just bring more ambiance to it, man. You know,
yeah.
That's what's up, though.
Yeah, other than that, man, like I said, man, I'm in here trying to get this shit launched, man. You know how it goes down. Everything is recorded in Studio 1025.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy and it's interesting.
So I've been building that shit. You see, we actually got some lounge chairs in here now. We on video, we on live. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You did a lot in 1 week, let me tell you.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's interesting.
Well, we haven't been on air. We haven't done shit in like 2 weeks, but.
Is it?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since last episode. With you guys were there. If you guys listen, we had a barber on. He also does real estate, so he dropped some real estate knowledge. And actually, he wants to come back on.
Yeah.
He wants to come back. He said he don't feel like he gave enough information
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying, on real estate that he could have.
Well, I mean, that's cool. It was just it was an introduction for him as far as with the people and all that. Now definitely, I mean, come back, open up, you know, new ideas and new doors for people. Because I'm sure now everybody after that, whoever did get to hear it, is probably like, yeah, you know, I want a little bit more info. You know what I mean? A lot of people looking to buy houses and stuff right now.
Yeah, of course. You know, especially in Florida, man, all they do is build fucking houses.
Who you tell? You already know.
So, OAs, right?
Yes, sir.
What you been up to, brother? This was our first time meeting.
Right. You know,
Talking in the mic.
right. Working on some new stuff right now. Me and my man, Tulip just dropped a project, beat collab.
That's what's up.
So it's all beats?
All beats. 5 beats. And whatnot. Strictly on SoundCloud right now. So we're just promoting that right now.
That's what's up. That's what's up. How long y'all been making beats? Because, you know, I mean, that's an art. So, you know, that takes time to really.
I started when I was young. I'm 26 right now, but I started when I was 11.
Okay, that's about the time I started writing music.
Okay.
What's up?
I started back when they had Fruit Loops 4.
That's
So
what's
that's
up.
a while ago. I started off sampling music, Curtis Mayfield, Bobby Womack.
Yeah, definitely the greats.
Sampling's always the way to go.
Yeah, I got it from my older brother, so, you know, I picked it up from there and just
ran with it.
since.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Ran with it. Too Lifted, what's up, man?
Hey, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Too Lifted in the building with my dog Always Kid. We got a new project out. It's called First Impression. I really want y'all to check it out. It's exclusively on SoundCloud, so definitely check that out. This is just a showcase of what we've been doing over the past year. We've been working together though, I say for like I got about 2 years, but we've been seriously just like putting our game in, like really putting our chips in, and put together a game plan since about a year ago.
Okay.
So officially about a year.
That's a good look, man.
Me, myself, I ever y'all for doing this shit since y'all 11, 12. I just started this shit when I was like 19. I always had a knack for music and wanted to get into it, but I never put hands-on into it.
Yeah, sometimes you're just not in the realm of it for people to kind of push you into it.
It's not around it, just never been around it, you know what I'm saying? The environment. You're definitely a product of your environment, and at one point, a change of events just ended up putting people in my environment that pushed me to doing what I really was destined to do in the first place, man. It's dope. Everything happens for a reason.
Like, you know, I'm a strong believer in it's never too late.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? So like you kind of got started late. Like I'm like him. I started young with the beats. I'm actually way different. You probably laugh at me. PlayStation 1 used to have a beat maker.
I remember that shit.
PlayStation 1 made a beat maker game.
Hell yeah, I remember that.
And that was my first taste of making beats. They had little riffs. Yeah, word up.
If I had known that, bro, I had a PlayStation 1 when I was a jit. If I had known that,
I don't know how I came across the game. I don't know who gave it to me. Yeah, but son, I was like, yo, this is dope. So, you know, excuse me. That's when I started with my beats. Fruit Loops 1, I'm older than you. I'm 35, so I had Fruit Loops 1, 2, 3, you know.
I had all the Fruit Loops. One with the Big Bird and all that.
Yeah, word up, man. up until the time I was about 19, you know, I was heavy into this. I even picked up DJing, and I was with a group of people up in Jersey. We did rave. Like they did like what you call trance music, house music, drum and bass.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Like they call it EDM now, but when we were coming up, it all had separate genres.
Yeah.
Like house was not trance music. You know what I'm saying? House music was a totally different
really had
tempo.
Its own category.
Yeah, it was its own category, it had its own tempo. Trance had its own tempo. Drum and bass had its own tempo and shit. You know, and blah blah blah. But
shit like Jersey Club, shit like that.
Yeah.
Subcategories.
Yeah, like that Jersey Shore shit. Man, like we brought that shit in there.
Oh, their parents was rocking to that type of shit.
Yeah, well, you know, they're still like them niggas. When we used to go down to Jersey Shore as teens, so I mean that shit always been like that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like even like for people, damn, I'm about to give a little bit of insight on myself. But you know, like for people that don't know, I'm half black and half Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? So like within my mom's and with that Spanish culture, like I grew up on house music through that side of my family, like New Orleans.
Yeah, because it was big. Like it was like hip hop was dying.
That was kind of tied into freestyle.
Huh?
That was kind of
it tied into freestyle because it became a club thing that anybody could go to and dance. So that's why it got really fucking big in Jersey, you know. And we used to fucking, you know, hop the train and go to the illegal raves and shit like that and all that. But, you know, that was dope times. But that was my fucking introduction to music was fucking heavy. You know, I was all over the street board. I was hip hop, I was rave. You know what I'm saying? And
he was thrown to it, yeah. You kind of like jumped right
like
into
you, I wound up having to start late again because after 19, I said fuck it, and I went strictly street. You know, I dropped out of college, all that shit, and went and did my thing to make money.
Product of your environment.
And then, just like you said, events happened into which me and him got linked up, and I happened to come across a fucking interface and a computer, and I was like, yo, you want to do this? He was actually in Brooklyn, and I was here.
That was crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, for myself,
I didn't even really
I
know the
started at
nigga.
11, you know what I'm saying? And at 11, I was actually playing ball, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was heavy in basketball, I was magazines, all types of shit, and I thought that's where my career was going, you know what I'm saying? But I had friends, you know what I mean, and they rap. Shout out to Bull, shout out to Butch, Bless, you know what I mean, Blessed with my flames now. And they were heavy in the music. Like, these dudes were traveling, they were going. I remember seeing Fabulous battle somebody, even this way before Fab even got on. Like, this when they, for those who've been to New York or familiar with New York, they got substations, like on TV. One station is called like the B-Cat station. And that's where like a lot of your bootleg shit would come on. Video music box back in the day used to come on, you know what I mean? So with that, it was like, it was always around me due to my homies, you know what I'm saying? And then with me, it was like one day I was sitting in the crib with them and they was like, yo man, we writing, like, I know you balling, but you know, if you want to write something, like write it, you know what I mean? Just like fuck around. And that was like my introduction to it. Right. And then it got to the point where I started writing on the low, like on my own. So when I would actually bring it back to my niggas, they were like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? And then it came to the, well, how are we going to get people to understand that you rap if you play ball? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And we see you clap on niggas. You know, we see you do all types of shit. But now, this is a whole different lane. You know what I'm saying? So they really, like, shaped and molded me into this shit.
But Dave East was like that, too.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Shout out to East. Shout out to East. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, and they always go hand in hand. Basketball and rap.
Well, I started playing basketball when I was 13, and you network a lot of people. It's the older people that I know, you know, that's how I met them, through playing ball, going to the club. I do club promo as well downtown.
See, there you go.
So it's like, it goes hand in hand.
You're a native of Florida?
Yeah, Orlando.
You grew up here your whole life?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're like one of the artists we're fucking trying to reach out to.
It's rare.
So wait a minute, because we gotta blast this off. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you somebody that we really, really wanted to come in contact with across. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different. Right now, Orlando and Kissimmee, all this Central Florida area, it's a big melting pot. You got talent, you got people coming from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And the hardest thing is for them to link up with other people and work, because there's a lot of different phobias to the situation. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be you coming into town, some people feel like, damn, this nigga just got here trying to take our shit over.
So you know how Orlando and Kissimmee is. They got their east and west side.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and that's like, my whole thing is this. People don't understand as a unified front if you make your team.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, Atlanta wasn't Atlanta until all those artists came together and they really band together and they treated each other like family. Like you look back in the day how Outkast and Goody Mob were, you know what I'm saying, the whole Dungeon family, like they helped really push that whole cannibal thing to the forefront. And I feel like that has to be done here.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's too much talent.
And I explained that to him before the show, that's what MELLO-ROOM was totally about, you know. So you actually wind up being like one of the people we were totally looking for.
Yeah, like you are a historian to the area. You know what I'm saying? Like in all actuality, you are a historian to the area. You know
West Side's always been dominant. In the Orlando scene. It's always been dominant.
Yeah, it always has.
East side, it's the West Side more the culture.
I got a theory for that, because on the West Side, a lot of them are from Orlando, just like much like yourself. A lot of the East Side,
but I'm from the East Side.
A lot of the East Side, which is rare as fuck, which is why I say it's rare, because a lot of people on the East Side are from other places. People from New York, people from Jersey.
Okay, so that makes you even more rare.
On the West Side, motherfuckers been on the West Side since, you know what I'm saying, their grandmas moved there. And stuff
They own the whole block. Their whole family live on the street.
And that's what's up, man, because it is a lot of talent out there, man. Orlando, a lot of people don't notice that. They hear Orlando and they think automatically Disney and shit like that.
Mickey Mouse.
It's a tremendous level, and I say this greatly, y'all. It's a tremendous level of talent
And me and Big Ooze running. Ooze knows a lot more people than I do, but knowing other people and knowing Ooze, I come to know a lot of people out here that are artists, and there's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
I perform in a lot of spots out here. So
there's people that, there's artists, I've come across artists, and I've played Ray, the vocals for him, that can sing fucking good as hell, but they don't even pursue music whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, and I happened to bump into her, and now she's like, yo, I want, you know, I'm trying to push her into it. Like, yo, come on, you got a great voice, we're going to do this shit.
It's like a small town syndrome, man. I feel like Orlando's a big city because of the money, but it's such a small town.
He put that shit in perfect words.
I tell people where we at right here in St. Cloud, this shit reminds me of back home. Like, the streets, how everybody's close, everybody know each other.
Clicked up.
It's getting to it. It's
them
definitely
against
getting
us.
to that. You know what I'm saying? And I think now
it's improving.
Highways being inputted and all that shit, so it's giving you more of that feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's getting more integrated.
Yeah, you're feeling it. Now when you ride past downtown Orlando, you ride past like a 14th floor of a building. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, downtown Orlando?
You're getting that feel now.
You know what?
It's like being on a BQE in Brooklyn.
You know what reminds me of, I mean, like, what I like about Orlando now is the highway, actually. I know it's not finished. The more I see it,
it's looking dope.
The more I see it, I'm starting to be like, yo, this is what it looks like when you drive in
LA.
highway.
Yeah,
like you in New York City, you got highways on top of highways on top of highways, and then you got the circles, the loops. I don't know if you ever drove down to Washington in the downtown district. Their highway is nuts.
Yeah.
This shit is like that.
There's some fucking loop-de-loop.
The DC shit, right? You can get lost on that motherfucker.
Look at LA.
Get on it.
LA, how the highways is like
LA,
crossing.
I went out to LA
crossing,
too.
double looping and shit.
But I actually like LA highways.
You could drop down.
It's just too many people. That's why it's so
crazy.
If it wasn't so many people in LA, that shit would be such a breeze. Traffic like 9 lanes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Too many damn people, bro.
That's why I like LA highways, because yo, son, I promise you, being from Florida, when you jump on the highway out here, everybody moves slow. You know what I'm saying? You go out to LA and you start riding slow like that, and all of a sudden you look up, you're like, damn, is that a car? Like that just flew past me and shit.
There's a little flow going on here because everybody's from everywhere else. You got people that drive slow from Alabama, motherfuckers that drive fast is from Miami or from New York. Everywhere in between.
Melting pot.
Yeah, definitely sucks for driving out here.
So the project that y'all actually got together that's on SoundCloud, like how'd that all come about? You know what I'm saying?
We've just been making beats over the last few months. Some we did placements on, some we sold, and we ended up with a collective amount, and we was like, yo, let's put together a project. It was really his idea. He brought it to me. He was like, yo, let's put together a project. We got beats just sitting here. They're fire.
That's what's
Let's do something with it and package it up.
We definitely gonna have to look it up after this show, man.
That's what's up. And it's crazy because like y'all produce, you know what I'm saying? Like how is y'all?
Maybe y'all can ask him.
Huh?
Maybe y'all can ask him. There's a second project y'all worked on, right?
First. It's the first project that we worked on, but I like to do collab projects. So this is my 4th collaboration project that I've done.
Okay.
Like it's a surprise. Like I was saying before, it's a surprise, but I like working with other producers. You feel me?
Yeah, right. No, I remember when we was on Ray, we was on Wet Floor, since I engineered that shit. I remember you talking about that.
I'm all about that, man.
That's
Networking,
collaborating. That's what's up. And then, like how y'all, cause y'all didn't know each other and met and just clicked up on it, or like
I think
let's do a mutual friend.
I met Ski. My brother was doing a showcase in East Orlando, and I think Ski hit me up because he had Dorian Michaels and Jay Hees that wanted to perform. Shout out.
Okay, yeah, shout out.
Couple artists, Philly, and then on, just kept in contact.
You just kept in contact with him.
Good business always gonna follow.
Typical networking, man. You network right.
Yeah.
You stay
especially when the networking flows and the business is good.
Right.
It turns into so much more. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
always
a
good
good
energy.
That's a good look. That's big. I'm glad you put that out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are. Some be scared, some be intimidated to work with other people. You know what I'm saying? Because whatever the stigma may be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But look at how y'all actually got together, collaborated. That's a powerful thing right there. That shows the power of music.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
you
So
know,
that's
if you ever
major.
notice in like
Salute to y'all,
in history, people who wind up collabing that, you know, like that, wind up making great things, man. So hopefully the great shit come out of that shit, you know.
Yeah, man. How many tracks is on the project?
It's 5. It's an EP. It's an instrumental EP.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
that's what it is.
So we definitely gonna have to
Yeah, we gotta check that out.
I like that. What is it, Zozo?
Zozo, track 1.
Yeah, I like track 1.
Yeah, appreciate it.
They're just instrumentals, right?
Just
Okay.
Okay.
You guys produced any other like stuff for people that we might heard of, or just local artists you want to big up on their shit?
As far a lot of the shit that we got hasn't been released, so we can't really say.
Okay.
But we got some shit on a
That's
local
what's up.
level and on a higher
On a higher level. Okay.
That's a
It
good
just-
look.
Yeah.
I don't like to say shit until it's dropped.
Nah,
No,
definitely.
no, no.
definitely.
I don't want you to do anything
You don't
want
spoil
to
the,
do.
don't spoil the surprise.
Never that.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna be that's the highlight. That's
Facts.
that's when y'all come back.
Stay on it.
When you come back.
See what I'm saying? And like I segued that because
Facts.
that's when y'all can come back.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And
You
that's
come back and
Looking
really give us more information.
yeah.
Oh wait, you worked with Terra before, right?
Jay Terra?
Yeah.
Oh, we're Jay Terra.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, if you in Orlando, you gotta work with
Yeah.
Terra.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out.
recorded them
shout
a
out
few
to
times.
Jay Terra.
Oh,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Orlando, you just know the
At the
man.
studio.
Shout out to Terra. That's
I believe I was on his last project.
Produced, yeah.
Yeah.
I never produced nothing for
Yeah,
Terra,
that's-
but me being an engineer, I've
You
worked
worked
with
with
him a
that
couple times.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
that's another guy we want to get in here one day.
Yeah, I don't. I'm gonna be honest. He's one of the top artists that I could say like his work ethic is bananas, crazy. You know what I mean? And I known Terra for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? So like, and I can say from the moment that I met him to present day,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? The dude's work ethic is bananas. It's almost unmatched. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of people in the game that when you take that mold. Normally, with artists in that game, when you take that mold and you see your artist's progression.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And every artist has that moment where they fall into lab rap mode, and that's when you just hear genius. You know what I'm saying? Pure genius.
Right.
You know what I mean? And like he's been in that mode for a minute. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Shout out to Jay Terra, man.
Yeah,
Salute,
man,
you
shout
know
out
what
to
I'm
Jay
saying?
Terra. It's gonna be live with the 8.
Yeah. See, what's up? We in the building. But yeah, man. So that's what's up, man. And as far as like, would y'all just be here? Cause like I know producers travel. Y'all like artists.
We were in
You know
LA
what I'm saying?
and then in September.
September, yeah.
We were there 2 days.
That's what's up.
Expo session up there.
Facebook.
Put in some work. We did a session that worked with another producer out there. Shout out to Stephen Randall.
That's
He's a
what's
big
up.
engineer out there.
That's what's up. That's major right there. Definitely. Y'all checked out anything? Cause I know recently was South by Southwest. Y'all checked out anything with that?
We gotta go to shit like that. No, not
No, we
recently.
didn't make.
Not recently.
I think around the time there wasn't anything going on around that time.
Around September, yeah. In September there was nothing going on, but we made something of it.
Yeah.
But it just sucked that at that time there was nothing going on. Literally.
Yeah.
We even went to No Jump. You know, I don't know if you ever heard of a podcast called No Jumper.
Yeah, I have.
We checked out the store.
Yeah,
Dead. That shit was good.
Yeah.
Adam was gone. Niggas was gone. There's just the receptionist. All the shit was sold out.
Oh wow.
It was dope.
But it was dope. It was cool. It was cool just seeing Melrose,
definitely.
just seeing the block.
A lot
That's
of
the
joint shops.
Yeah,
Where you was at?
Randy.
You talking about Cali?
That's the big thing out
I'm
there.
saying.
You talking about
Shout
Cali?
out LA. Shout out to Randy's Donuts.
You talking about Cali?
Cali,
Yeah.
Oh
LA.
hell yeah!
LA, yeah.
That's like it's like
What?
a donut Cali.
You wanna know
what's crazy
I
about
can
it?
die for it.
Yo, you know what's crazy about it? This shit's all owned by Mexicans, bro.
For real?
I believe
Yo, the Mexicans
I wouldn't
run
put-
everything
I
in
wouldn't-
LA, son.
Yo,
Hold
I
on.
believe it.
over the years, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised,
Son,
bro.
yo, look, we was
Hold on, they got me
Anaheim.
fucked up right here.
I was staying in
It's-
Anaheim,
Nigga
right?
said
And
donut.
they had a restaurant next door. And everybody's
You
like,
random
yo,
shit.
you gotta go to this restaurant. They make
Yeah.
like the best tiramisu or some shit.
Yeah.
Look, tiramisu is made by Italians, son.
Right.
My family go into the restaurant and come back, and they're like, yo,
They
it's
make
a
it
Mexican
better.
nigga in
Yeah.
there. The manager, he got mad gold chains on with
Yeah.
tattoos and everything. And like, yeah, all the Mexicans running all of LA right now.
Culture.
That's what's up. I mean, shout
Speaking of
out.
Mexicans, I mean, we also went to Dame Trejo's taco spot.
Oh shit.
Oh,
word.
yeah.
Oh, that's
How was
cool.
that,
It was
man?
good.
That was
Yeah.
amazing. It was the best like $5 taco I ever spent.
Really? What, I'm saying the environment around us.
It was
You go to
small as
Walmart,
shit.
You go to Walmart, you get the $1.99.
Yeah.
It comes like 50.
Yeah,
It's
little-
one of those.
Oh, it was so. It was a tiny ass
Like, if
taco,
you
but it
don't
was
know-
so good, bro.
If you don't know, you be mad as fuck. And you go out there, yo, let me get 2 tacos. Let me give me these little things. Like,
Yeah.
yo, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It was worth
So you
it.
want
I
a
ain't,
taco?
I ain't gonna lie, I ate it mad slow.
Yeah. He said, I'm gonna make this $5
He
worth.
had his merchandise.
It's a stretch.
Danny
I went
Trejo,
out there,
cool.
I knew, like, I knew what Mexicans eat. Like, I know, because I used to work with a bunch of them.
Yeah,
They used to order the tacos. So we out there in Cali, and they like, yo, we want tacos. I'm like, yeah, hit it up. Give me like 4 of them. They're like, damn. I'm like, yeah, I'm hungry. They're like, I just want one. Everybody ordered one taco but me. And they came, they said, look, what is this taco?
Oh, for real.
Small.
Some of them was surprised.
That's why I said you gotta
some
know.
was surprised.
Up on it.
Yeah.
Like there was this taco truck. Another time I went to LA, that shit was like as big as the whole damn plate.
Oh, shit.
It was like $10, but it was as big as the whole plate. So
Yeah,
you never know.
Depends on where you're going. That's always a factor too.
Gotta go back to LA.
Big up to get out of the same
Yeah,
shit,
gotta
yo.
go back.
Yo, not to get it off track, but yo, I didn't look. Oh shit! Did you go walk down LA? Downtown?
Smash the wire out.
Yeah, down the Hollywood Strip.
No, like did you go like
Oh,
downtown
downtown.
LA?
Not downtown, but we went down like Sunset.
Oh, okay.
Melrose.
You went to the
Went down
where they got
Melrose.
money and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, man, you gotta go into the fucking city, bro.
City.
That
The
shit is a
metropolitan.
shock.
Right.
Yeah.
That shit is not as what you would think it is in your mind.
It's kind of
Yeah.
it's like, what do you mean? It's like
Alright, so like you know how you walk downtown Orlando and you got like all these clubs playing different music and something for you to whatever you like to listen to.
Yeah.
You see you check the scene, you're like, oh look, people dressed like this. And,
Right.
Alright, you go to LA, you can't figure that out.
I can
Because
see
it's like it's pretty mixed over there. But you
Everybody's
gotta remember
out
it's like
there.
a lot of Asians and a lot of Mexicans.
Right.
So, their fucking culture, music-wise, and LA shit is totally different from East Coast. So when you're walking down through the club areas, you're like, damn, these niggas is mad dressed up.
Yeah.
You know, this shit
It's
look
like-
weird and shit.
It's like house music.
You turn a
dance
block,
music,
nigga,
and
there's a
music.
bum sleeping on the sidewalk. Nigga, I'm literally walking to Tech City by accident. Like, downtown LA is crazy.
Oh, you talking about like Skid Row?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That was pretty crazy. Like I venture. I don't give a fuck. You know? I was out 4 in the morning driving through hoods and shit like that. I don't think I should be here and shit. But you know, I went through those areas and it's different. It's totally different. It's definitely different than a New York City, which
Right.
I've been all through there. I've been all through fucking Jerseys,
Yeah.
fucking ghettos and shit. So it's totally different.
From the
but it's
little,
cool.
yeah. I mean, I've been to Brooklyn and I've been to like Jersey and shit too, and it's a different world in LA. It's a bunch of LA.
Weather different.
It's like
Oh, yeah,
Miami.
Vibe is different.
It reminds me of like Miami and New York
Combined.
in like one
Yeah.
city. Yeah, that's
Yeah, you're right.
It's
You're
like
right.
a
You're
little
right.
bit of Miami vibes.
Humidity.
Got the fucking palm trees
Anaheim
everywhere.
was like Orlando.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys went there, but
Yeah.
Anaheim is like Orlando.
melting pot.
That's what's up.
That's where Disneyland is.
Oh, okay, yeah, motherfuckers from Vegas, motherfuckers from other countries. and shit.
Disneyland is in Anaheim, California, technically. So it's like Orlando over there.
Nice plug. He said, yeah, shout out Mickey.
Yeah, shout out, man.
Y'all all over the world.
Nah, you know
worldwide.
what I mean? Yeah, nah.
Mickey
So, I mean, as producers,
Monopoly.
man, you know, because producing is a very, very important craft, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's a very, very major part to the whole music game, if you ask me. You know what I mean? 'Cause that creates a sound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who would you like? Who did you know, say who could I say like, or who could you say rather influence you? You know what I'm saying? That's coming up with this.
I'd say Timbo was a big influence on me. Timbaland, because
Shout out Timbaland.
I have this thing about the vibe and the bounce.
Right.
When you can clash both.
Oh yeah, you got
It's a
magic.
vibe.
You got magic.
Right,
You got
yeah.
magic. And you ever seen his process? His process in making beats is crazy.
Insane.
He start with
Yeah, that's
his
pretty
mouth,
cool. Yeah, that's pretty
creating,
fucking. I never,
and then he gets
Timbo,
to
it looked like
Literally
he looked like he
all
had
that
an
shit.
out of body experience when you make beats
Yeah.
and shit.
yeah.
Timbo
like,
crazy.
It's different. It's definitely
That's
different.
dope. He be in the zone.
Timbo, Just Blaze.
Okay.
Just Blaze because of the samples. Those samples is mean.
Yeah, he has
Those samples.
epic.
I love
He got some epic classics out of
Yeah.
his samples, man. Yeah,
You got
right.
that nigga. I love Simple, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I love him. Like I feel like every beat should be simple sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just if you listen to old music and shit.
How it started.
Not even just that.
I
If you
mean-
listen to old music, that shit is dope. And if you can remake it
Mhm.
and make it better and just kind of make it your own or whatever, like that's where most great hits come from.
Well, I love what they're doing right now. What Hitmaker's doing right now. With
Yeah.
these R&B classics
Mhm.
and just flipping them.
Mhm.
You know, just doing things like that. That's what I like. That's what I'm leaning towards now, doing more like working with the R&B,
I feel you.
things like that.
That's what's up.
I'm just getting introduced into the sample world, man. I do a lot of like from scratch shit. Like,
Yeah, who influenced? Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I mean, I have a lot of influence, but one person that really got me started into the shit is my dog DJ Kamo. Shout out to DJ Kamo.
I think I follow him or we follow each other now. I've been noticing some of this stuff. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah,
he taught me everything I started learning, and I just took that shit and just elevated from it. But I got a lot of newer influences, like more current influences. I'd say like Metro Boomin is definitely a huge influence by the way he kind of portrays himself not only as a producer, but he has a brand about him.
Yeah,
he has a presence about him
Really
that you can't really match. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
there's a
producers are real
distinction to
introverted
his
and recluse. He's got a brand for himself, and I fuck with how he promotes himself. And a big as far as like production and sampling, Scott Storch, bro. Scott Storch.
you like Scott Storch?
That's my number one favorite producer of all time.
Scott Storch made the last 3 hits for 6ix9ine.
Okay.
Yeah.
He made you hear it at the end. He got the tag at the end.
Oh,
His comeback story is crazy. His come up was crazy.
Yeah,
His come down was crazy.
That movie's gonna be heavy.
Yeah, Ray likes that part the most.
They probably will.
I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
He got a
sure.
real
Netflix. It got to be on Netflix or something like that.
He got a real interesting situation.
Well, then that's what's good about all these new outlets, man. You know, we can go straight to Netflix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's cool as hell for people who do acting and shit. You know, you don't have to deal with all the fucking bullshit of the producers and well, not the producers, but the company, the label.
Gives you more control
Yeah,
on
middleman
it.
shit,
But no, that's a good thing, man, and that's what's up, man. And I like even with like reaching back on the samples, you know what I'm saying? I feel like in the music game, I feel like it's hard. Generations clash because they don't understand each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the older crowd will look at the younger crowd. It's like even with the R&B, you see they had their moments or whatever
Right,
it
yeah.
may be. But it's like
R&B,
it's just
man, that shit needs to come back.
it's just a level of understanding.
It's a different
You know
song.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
with sampling, I feel like that's kind of a way of paying homage.
Paying homage.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's crazy because even sometimes they get it twisted and then a spat will form out of it, and it's like,
So-
was
so
that even necessary?
I feel like that's the biggest difference right now when you do R&B. Like obviously when Khaled or when Diddy was doing, he'd get these old remixes that everybody's familiar with,
Right.
and he's just redoing it.
Uh-huh.
So you're still gonna get your Grammy.
Whole fact.
You know what I mean?
Whole fact.
Yeah, but when you gotta start sampling shit niggas don't really listen to.
Yeah.
That's what needs to happen.
For example, today.
Like that shit you heard in the beginning of my shit.
Yeah.
That fucking song is from what, 1938?
Yeah.
It's like a
It should be
fucking-
looked at like you're
Those are
paying
gems.
homage, bro.
You know when you find those samples that nobody's ever used.
You're paying homage.
Definitely.
Like for example, if I put out a getting some head interpolation, right? Getting some head,
Right.
and Cardi B or somebody crazy gets on that shit, right?
Right.
And that shit blow up, and Cardi get nominated for a Grammy. You know who also gets nominated for that Grammy?
Yeah, of
Too
course.
Short.
Oh yeah. He
He
gets
gets a check. He gets nominated. He gets all the credits.
Oh yeah, see,
That
that
Cardi
works
B
hand in
with
hand perfect, yo.
So it's paying homage, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I always like had a personal thing for the sample. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes you to a different realm.
That's
you know
what
I'm
hip-hop
saying?
is.
Musically. You know what I'm saying?
And then myself included, I slowed down on the sampling and went for the original route. Because at one point I wasn't doing original sounds,
Mm-hmm.
and so I had to make that transition. I probably made that transition about 6-7 years ago.
So let me ask you, was that a hard transition? Because it's one thing when you start making it, and then it's like you create your own identity out of it
Right.
through the process.
Mhm.
I look at it like
Right.
more of a challenge.
Okay.
Learning something new. Because eventually, once you realize you know how to sample it, like it gets kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
So you try to challenge yourself and try to figure out something new and make new melodies.
Yeah.
And create your own sound. And things
That's
like
what's
that.
up. That's what's
I got a
up.
question. Do you think it would be harder to transition from sampling to original sounds, or from original sounds to sample?
That's a good question.
What do you
Probably
think?
from original sound to sampling because you built a sound in your head already.
That too, and it depends on the chop. If you know how to chop, and know how to
If you're a
flip.
quick learner, if you can learn quick.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
I learn
that's
fucking quick as
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
They
That's
know.
crazy.
I
That's a
don't
good
even-
question.
I be making the beats, but like as far as how you guys get into it, I'm not that deep into it. Like I
Right.
try to sample and shit, but like you said, I learn quick. So once I start fucking with shit and I hear it, I got a dope ear. So I be there like
Take off.
I start chopping up the pieces.
Yeah.
Like, cause if you ever hear the original song, like that shit is a whole song I played. It had a
Yeah.
whole beat. You know, it's totally different. You know, and
It'd
so
be like, how'd you come across that?
Yeah, so I had to chop it up and try to figure out, place it in certain places and shit, and you know. But that's I love what you're making, yo. That's really what got me into all of this shit. So I totally respect y'all craft, man. Cause like, fuck the rapping, fuck all the other shit, yo. Cause you guys make the fucking music.
I respect the rapping though.
I
respect the rapping though.
I do respect the. I respect the shit out of rapping because I try it, and you know there's people that are way better than I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I respect the shit out of it. But as far as the music, I see it as like I totally see the people behind the scenes because I know what it takes.
They go hand in hand. Like you can't have one without the other. You know what I mean? And like for me, it's like I give y'all the utmost credit in the world. Like for me, because I could make a beat, and it's crazy because even with Mike, like he know with me with rapping and shit, it's different. You know what I mean? Like I'm a different type of artist.
Like he can just come in here and go. Like you know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? It's like I guess it's like I see words. You know what I'm saying when I hear a beat. You know what I'm saying? Like certain shit, the way a drum line may punch, something the way it'll hit or the way the beat may drop. I may see a word that'll fill that spot, and that's what gives me my runoff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like. I would, and even with beats, like even with Mike, I could tell Mike, sometimes I could hear the sound in my head that I want, and I know what I want.
Right.
But
he just don't know how to
I
put it on paper.
I can't sit there and, you know, play with it on the computer, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I give y'all the utmost respect for that because y'all bring that shit to life.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, I always said Kanye West, in my opinion, is one of the most dangerous people in the music industry. And I say this because
he do more than both. He do like three
I say
things.
this because
Too much.
You can start here. He can start here and take the track to there.
It's the vision.
You know what I'm saying? Like you bring it to life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's one thing to be able to do it for somebody else, but now you being able to bring it all, everything inside your head to life. The sound, the wording. He does it all.
He's a sleeper.
You know what I mean?
He's like a sleeper inspiration for me too, because you know just the way his perseverance behind this shit, like. You know,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know.
I guess if I had to
there's some hidden, like you can't help. There's like a couple hidden inspirations, just you know certain decisions that he makes. You can't really be like, oh.
Yeah, you know, you can't 100%, but you know.
You wish you could. That's the fucked up part.
I mean, for me,
Kanye did a lot.
For me, for me, it's I would say Kanye and I say Wu-Tang. Well, RZA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sleeper.
Because those are the two people really for me. I would have to say inspired me to do anything, all of this, because them niggas do it all. I try to do it all. And them niggas, RZA is a fucking mastermind and shit, yo. Like they still to this day, like they put the 25 year, they on their 25-year tour.
And RZA still putting everything together that the Wu was doing. Yeah.
And he built a crazy group. And that's, you know, that's my plug right there, man, because that's what I'm trying to do with the coalition. Man. That's what this whole thing is, you know. Like the coalition is Studio 1025 is like the whole label like itself. The coalition is trying to bring all people like this into a group. And we take off. You know, we be the next Wu-Tang or something.
You just
you know
made me think about something.
You
just made me really think about something. Like, and shout out to Riz on this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who would get all the credit for it or who would get the credit at all for it, but you know how hard it is to make a group of that many niggas.
Like 9, 10 niggas.
Like
9,
move
10.
in the same direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I got a funny story about that.
All the egos, the potential egos and shit.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you see groups, you don't see groups that large no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's almost unheard of, you know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get that many people to move in the same direction. Everybody's
I don't know if the mics can pick me up or whatever, but I got a quick funny story about that real quick. A buddy of mine went to Full Sail, and one of his teachers was one of the producers and engineers on the first Wu-Tang album. I can't remember who was backing that album. I don't know if it was Universal or somebody who was putting the money up for them to record. They were like, yo, you guys are a year behind schedule. What's going on? And the guy was like, you really, I don't know how to explain. Like, you got to come by. And then it was basically, there was 10 people with their friends, with their friends, with their friends. So it was just, he was like, sometimes they would just go in there, smoke blunts, drink 40s, and not even record. It would just be everybody in there kicking and fucking around.
Mad, off schedule, behind schedule. Yeah,
that album would have came out a year or maybe a year and a half earlier than what it did had they fucking.
And you know the crazy shit about that is like the crazy shit about that is in that point in time, like imagine like in today's world RZA could have had that in his bedroom, and they could have been making that shit out of their bedroom.
Basically, and they did that shit.
I'm saying.
Well, that's how the first Illmatic was recorded.
Of course, but what I'm saying is, in that moment, in that era of time,
Different technology.
you had to have
Different
a
technology
label.
and shit.
You had to have a label. Look at what you just said. Somebody was complaining about the studio time. You know, they go in there sometimes and they just drink 40s and they don't even record nothing. But you got to check it out. It could have been reversed, like in today's world.
Oh yeah, like here,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
here, for instance, like
You did,
we can
exactly.
be here
You
all
feel
day
what I'm saying?
almost and shit. And
Hey.
I don't gotta charge niggas shit unless I'm charging. You know?
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's a different. What I'm saying now.
Damn, I did that shit with two.
They money could have been different. They money
Yeah.
could have been way different back
All that
then.
money that was spent on studio, that shit.
Yeah,
What?
like imagine the studio budget spent on that shit. That's crazy, y'all. To be a year and a half behind.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That album dropped what, 95? It probably should have dropped early 94.
Protect Your Neck dropped what? Early 94, late 93. So
And that's interesting too,
That-
because
that time
imagine
gap.
that would have been in.
Biggie's time.
Well, I mean, that would have been in competes with a lot of other,
it's class.
a lot of other albums at
Yeah,
that
they
time.
went.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
pretty much came. They pretty much came out like a year
Niggas.
after he died, right?
Ooh.
Like not out, but like
That's when they
became
blew up.
more big, yeah. After Biggie died, Wu-Tang was like
I wouldn't even say that. Wu-Tang really blew up before Biggie.
before Biggie because they were
Before
on. They
Biggie.
were on.
Yeah, but they really
Method Man was on Biggie's track.
Wu-Tang really was
But
in the realm with
They were
Nas.
in the okay.
You know, Nas
That's-
came in '93 with Illmatic. You know what I'm saying? And Wu-Tang.
95, 94,
Yeah,
95.
Wu-Tang really came right after that surge. Because once that album dropped, it was a surge. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, and shout out to all of these artists.
But what
You know
my
I'm
point
saying?
is because it was a year late. If it had dropped a year earlier, look who it would have been
We got
competing with a
lost in
different
the
class.
It would have been
They
confusing.
got
It would have been
lost
with
in the
Biggie.
Matic.
It would have
Right.
been with Biggie.
They had their
Shit.
own year. It's
Nah.
like they
Life
owned
After
the
Death.
year in a way.
Like
Yeah.
After Death, Ready to Die came out in what? You know,
Or
in
that-
I think it was
90.
like 97.
Oh, not like
96,
that.
97, yeah.
That's why I said they came in that realm with Ready to Die. They came ahead of Ready to Die.
They were
Because
ahead
when
of it?
yes,
Okay.
because you got to remember,
Yeah.
Method Man and Biggie
They did that track together.
exactly, and that,
That
was
was
the
on Ready
only
to Die, right?
Biggie had a little beef with Raekwon.
and that was the
Yeah,
only
yeah, I know
artist
about
at that
that
time.
shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That he did that feature with.
Was that all? Was that all
So-
before the album dropped? That was
This
before.
is what I'm trying to
Oh,
remember.
shit,
Is this
early.
before 36 Chambers or
Yeah.
after?
This is after, I want to say,
Okay.
because Method Man was the star. You know what I'm saying? That's why. That's
Is this
why
before Mary J?
this was in the same realm.
Same shit.
She was going through her shit, blowing up in the same process.
You know what I'm saying? When Method Man did the remake of
That
this
was
song with
93.
Mary J.
That was 93, the same year he released
She
Yourself.
was
He never released the original version.
She was popping at that
until
time. She was popping at that time.
You know that story behind that, right?
I don't.
About that song? Like Method Man made that song before Mary J got on that shit. He made that. That was his song.
He had two verses.
And I think he had two verses.
I definitely heard the other version.
There's two versions of that song with Mary J on it.
No, I know.
But it's got Method Man's first original second verse, and then the
different
other
verse.
verse is just him changing the second verse up.
Mhm.
But the actual song is him singing the hook.
Oh,
He
okay.
sings the hook and all that shit, and does the verses. Is the original one. I don't know if they dropped it or not.
He started to make Rick a little mainstream success, you know, and they got
Yeah.
Mary on there. you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and that was like the explosion right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
That was the explosion of what we
So
call
that's
hip-
all in the same realm, I guess.
Yeah, you know, and it all fell in the same realm. But that's why, like I was saying, like if it would have came out that year and a half earlier, which would have been late '93 going into '94, that's still matters. You know what I'm saying? That like all those explosions popping off at that time. That's crazy.
They would have been leaders of the new school.
That's crazy. That's
If
crazy.
they dropped in '93.
Bust
Yeah.
the bus.
And mine, yeah, you had leaders in the middle. So
What
shout
was
out.
it like?
You know,
That's
even with that, I think I kind of seen on top of that.
Yeah. They had a bunch of other shit.
Yeah, he was just one of those like that stuff. Yeah, kind of like that's why even kind of like that's why even that's why they get the credit they get. That's why they kind of went off into their own lane and really was successful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
That's why it worked for them.
I think my favorite artist from the movie is probably
See what I'm saying? Everybody got their
We got the same motherfucking mind, nigga.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
You know, Method Man all day, man.
Yeah.
Method Man. Yeah,
That's
Method.
what's up. See,
METHOD ever since then.
I've always loved Method Man, but Ghostface is the fucking man.
Yeah, no, you can't deny.
Yo, I've
Number
heard some
two for me.
songs from Ghostface that never really get released. Son. Like, yo, you a Ghostface fan? So have you ever heard this song that, I wish I could remember the name, but he just raps about cartoon characters? And he's like, they're like in the wilderness and shit.
I know it's all.
Yeah, I played it for you.
Yeah.
Probably have.
I've heard it
Probably
one
have
time, probably, yeah.
Like, yo, that shit right there impressed the shit out of me.
My
son.
homie was talking about it more than I heard it, but yeah, I heard it one
Yeah,
time. Yeah,
that shit is dope.
Those out those Spring Clientele, pretty Tony.
So,
Oh shit.
so pretty clientele, no question.
Jadakiss' verse on was it Run?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, he said I left the crib he said I left my belt in the crib on the floor by my two-way.
See, but I mean, and that's the whole thing. Like that's what makes Wu-Tang so special. Like for me, I don't know if I can name one favorite artist. I guess I got a favorite aspect for all of them.
And you know what's weird about that is that Wu-Tang is not like my favorite fucking people of all. Ghostface is one of them. But I'm more of a Biggie fan. I'm more of a Nas fan. I was totally into CNN.
That's my way.
I was totally into Killer Bees. You know, like Sons of Man. I was even more than that when Biggie died and Tupac died. I went to the underground rap. I was more into like when Eminem first started, when 50 Cent first started.
Oh man, he has. Ooh.
I was in.
His underground
I love
shit.
Mos Def. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Common fan, but Common. You gotta. I like Common.
Nigga gave the like.
His biggest songs are the best ones. Like
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Go, like
That's
Go.
all respect for Common Boy.
Yeah.
Like no, I mean lyrical skills, lyrically wise. You know, when I was coming up, he was
Yeah,
nice.
his lyrical content is crazy.
But Talib Kweli is my number one motherfucking favorite rapper and shit. Especially because I heard,
Number one?
Yeah, because because of the song "For Women." You ever heard it?
I remember the title.
He be out here a lot.
The title, Talib Kweli.
He do.
Yeah,
What's it
I
about?
seen him on Drink
yeah.
Champs. He got an artist from out here.
Yeah, he brought me on there.
Yeah, it's like
What's that
Say
song?
some weird shit.
What's that song you talking about? That song you said?
Which one?
For Women?
For Women. It's a Talib Kweli song. It's on the end of Eternal Reflection, that album. It's actually a Nina Simone song. The Nina Simone song, For Women, when she talk about for black women. Yo, this nigga rap that shit. That shit is dope.
Damn, I need to check it out.
Yeah.
I heard a couple songs from that album, but I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, I fell in love with that shit. When I went underground, that was like the first person I gravitated to. And I got Eternal Reflection, yo, it just went nuts. You know, it brought me to Mos Def, it brought me to Pharaoh Monch, and I just went with all them niggas. Yeah, I went with all them shits, yo, but that was my shit back in the day.
That's what's up. That's what's
I
up.
fuck with that little mixtape you did, 8500 with Ninth Wonder, I think it was. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Ninth Wonder.
That shit was fire. I thought that shit was dope.
That was a collaboration, though. And then mind you, man, he's known for actually doing a lot of collaborations because he worked with High Tech a lot.
Oh, there you go. High Tech is another producer I really
lot.
respected, yo, at the time. I don't know how much he does now, but
Jada and Talib on that.
Which one?
New York. He did
the Talib song.
No, High Tech did the beat. It was Jadakiss, Talib Kweli. I think Raekwon.
It was. Did they have a disc song? Like it wasn't a disc, but somebody did like a verse on there.
Pat Boots was on it.
Pat Boots was on it. I think I know what you're talking about.
That beat was fire.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, that's dope, man. Shout out to Talib Kweli, man. And that's crazy because you see, like, it's interesting. Mike, though, you know, you went with it. That's a whole different route. I would have expected that.
Like, yo, my music, like, for me, like, when you say you started 11, 19, whatever, my shit is technically straight out of the fucking womb.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
because
same way.
I related to this because my parents had me young teenagers. So they're teenagers bumping their style of music all the time, and I'm a baby absorbing this shit. So I be telling people, like, yo, I came home from the hospital listening to Hot 97.
Yeah.
And I remember on Hot 97 back then, they used to play rock and roll. So I used to listen to a lot of rock and roll and rap. That's what I was absorbing as a kid, rock and roll and rap. Then my grandmother's, I'm half black, so my grandmother's used to, and grandfather listening to, you know, Curtis Mayfield and, you know, all them old singers and shit. And on top of that, they used to
Get
listen to
some
Beach
soul,
Boys
nigga.
and shit.
Get some soul in your body.
Yeah, they was
man.
listening to
That's
Beach
the
DNA.
Boys.
Yeah, that's in
You
the
feel me?
DNA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
so
soul.
I got a lot of fucking music like coming at me as a kid. So I got a good fucking ear for this shit. You know, I do too much, so I feel like I can't focus on one thing and be the best at that.
Yeah.
But I still love
It's a
music.
gift and a curse, man.
Definitely. So I mean, as far as like with the production side of it, you guys ever like thought of venturing out into the artistry of the rapping or?
Well, hell no.
Other than
What,
that?
me
He
being
said,
a
"Oh,
rapper?
hell no." What the fuck? He said, "Oh, hell no."
I got
Not even
so
if
much
somebody
respect,
was
yeah.
like, yo,
Nah, I
just
mean,
say,
ad-lib
do like a
is
fucking
as far as I go.
Yeah, ad-lib.
I'm good.
Mama.
No, but working with this man, we've done songs where I've done his ad-libs, he do my ad-libs,
Yeah, you
and
know.
it worked out. So like, you know,
I don't even do ad-libs, but I'll
Or do
as far as I
overdubs
go.
on someone else's
I'm
track.
good. I'm good.
Nah, I asked that because, you know, I mean, and I'm not just talking about rap. You
Right.
know, I'm just
Okay.
speaking on, because producers
Yeah.
have a wide palette. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Nowadays, you can produce and do so many other things and so many other avenues.
Right.
You know what I
You know
noticed?
what I mean? So-
You know, I want to give another. Yeah, I appreciate that because I have an example. Like, I want to make a shout out to my boy Chris Mecca, right? He's a producer.
He went to South by Southwest recently.
Facts, I didn't for real.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was down South by Southwest. Shit, damn. I need to stop sleeping on that. I need to go to South by Southwest and all these festivals, bro. But anyway, I'm getting off track. Chris Mecca, bro, he just recently started doing like vocals and shit. And he's talking about putting out a whole song for the first time. I'm like, that's a little. Hey, I could probably do some shit like that. Make a sample, do my own samples.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's in you already.
Right.
It's
You know what
already
I'm
there.
saying?
Yeah.
With this
I
music
agree.
shit,
Totally agree.
If you would, you know, and that's why we say this is for, you know, just the artist in general, just art in its complete fashion and form. Whether you're a painter, a writer, you know what I'm saying, a dancer,
a barber.
it all of this ties in together. This is what makes our culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like in the 80s, it was one form. It transferred into something in the 90s.
Spray paintings and
Turned
fucking
into 2000s.
break dancing.
I feel like barber. I feel like being barber. I think that's one of the elements. I think
That
that's
is
a-
of hip hop.
That is
It
an element,
should be.
you know
Look,
what I'm
there's a
saying?
lot
Like,
of elements.
part of
You know what's even
Exactly.
Or even look.
the
You know
reason
what I mean?
why I love the last episode and I wish we could have done a camera was dope is that what real people don't know now is, and even as producers, you might want to even start looking into. A lot of these niggas getting into real estate.
Yeah.
So we trying to show that this shit expands further than just being your hair, your style, your clothes, your haircut. You know,
yeah,
what
and I
I'm
mean,
saying? All
even
that
for
shit.
a person like you who, you know, this is where you from. You know what I'm saying? So as you grow as a producer and as you grow with your success, you know what I'm saying, that could be an avenue you may be looking to go towards, where it's like reinvesting now, buying back my community.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Just that ownership.
Going back in the block.
Exactly.
I got three
You know
words
what
for
I'm
y'all:
saying?
multi-family homes. I don't know shit, but I got three words for y'all. That's it.
You know, it's a very, you know, it's a, all right, so you take your producer thing, you know, this is your business and you run that, right? That's what you think about, these are things you wake and sleep and eat about, right? You got to learn how to kind of just take that side of it. It doesn't have to be real estate, but, you know, it's just investing in yourself, you know, and investing, like he said, you know, maybe you buy two of them. You gotta get your mindset though. I gotta run this shit just how I run
Duplex.
myself and do that shit.
Duplexes. Why
Get my money.
Why get one door when you can
That-
get two, baby?
Yeah.
Shit. Two
That
people
money
paying
pay
rent better than
for
one.
that money pay for everything that I do. I can build my own studio, my own fucking production area.
You fund so
And-
much shit to reinvest back in
Right,
to
right.
even more shit. It's
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
It's like compound reinvestment.
Power and ownership.
It really is,
You
bro.
know what I'm saying? So that should be.
Yeah, that's what we
You know
promote,
what I
man.
mean?
Is ownership. And like
Oh, man.
I built this shit with every little dollar. This ain't shit. I put like every little dollar I could into this, so I didn't have to go somewhere and be like, hey man, can I get a lot of time on your fucking schedule?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that because you'll be making somebody else rich versus making yourself rich. So,
Right.
like you know, you can't knock that. You
And
know?
I'm not even making money off of this shit right now, so
Yeah.
it's not like I'm even sweating that part of it. You know what I'm saying? It
Like-
just feels so much better to be able to be like, yo, you want to do this? Come over. We're gonna do this. I don't have to fucking be like, all right, the engineer gonna show up, and then we got this time, and we gotta do this. We can only be here for 2 hours. We're running over time and shit.
Run backwards, bro.
Yeah,
that's what we
It's
do.
more freedom here.
But before
Exactly.
we go into a fucking a break real quick and shit, Is there anything else you guys want to fucking just, you know, tell the people? You got anything projects coming up? You got any fucking people you want to shout out?
Yeah, how people can get in touch with you. Let
Yeah,
them know how to reach
How they
out.
can find you?
Follow
Find
me on
your EP.
Instagram, OACEKID.
Okay.
Always. Hey, you can follow me at 2Lifted. That's the number 2 LYFTD on IG, Twitter, Facebook, all that good stuff. And I got a couple other things in the works, man. Shout out to, I want to make a couple of artist shout outs. Shout out to Corey Finesse from Brooklyn.
Yeah, no doubt.
Shout out to my dog Otis Bruno from Brooklyn.
That's
Another
what's up.
Brooklyn artist. Yo, Otis Bruno is an artist that I've been working with for a long time, man. We got some shit in the works.
Okay.
That's
He
what's up.
got, he got a project. He got a project out called Heartbreak Theory. That I solely, or not solely, I mainly produced. But there's a couple songs on that project that we both collabed on, which is what I'm saying. We got a couple placements already.
That's what's up.
That's another artist that we got some placements on. Otis Bruno. Shout out to Otis Bruno.
Shout out to Otis. Yeah, shout out to Corey Finesse too. I actually heard a lot of Corey Finesse.
Yeah, I
got a couple people that listen to him. Good people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, good dude.
He be touching down here and showing love to the O2, so.
Yeah, he actually do.
Big shout
Alright, so we got, on our way out in this break, man, we're gonna go ahead and throw one of me and Big Uzi's songs on. It's called Box Thing. You listen to it. What we also like to do too is premiere some music as we have artists. I didn't mention that to you guys because I figured you know, you guys are producers, you're not really rappers or anything, but you already promoted the beat shit. Tell the motherfuckers to go look the shit up.
We definitely, and that sounds
Look it up.
definitely not. I mean,
yeah, you already know. You back from the break.
yes,
Big
sir,
shout
yes,
out
sir,
to,
yes, sir.
Yeah, big shout out to Ski and
Always
for coming through and sharing some of the shit they be doing.
Ski, also known by 2Lifted.
2Lifted,
Shout out to those
shout out
two
2Lifted,
guys,
yeah, they're cool, man.
2Lifted and Always Kid.
On their grind,
They
doing
look
that
like
one
they,
too, man.
They look like the next one's up and coming, man.
Yeah, salute to both of them, man.
Producer wise, you know what I'm saying? They doing their fucking thing.
Yeah, man, they go.
I don't think they
shared the
shared.
agenda.
I don't think they shared all the information they could have done, but I mean,
Nah,
it's all
I mean,
good. They probably wasn't as prepared as we was.
Nah, I mean, also, you know, a lot of that contractual shit.
Oh yeah, of course, I know that all good.
Can't really keep it. You gotta keep it under wraps for a minute. You don't want to expose nothing.
Yeah,
Take away
of
from the
course.
hype.
We still, you know, I still want them to kind of big themselves up a little bit more if they be humble.
That's cool, man. Shout out to them, man. Keep doing your thing, man.
Don't be afraid when you come in the MELLO-ROOM to promote.
Feel free to come back to
That's
the
what
yourself.
I'm here for, man. When you know, to promote yourself, talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want you to do. Is come here and talk about yourself. We don't want to do all the talking.
Yeah, feel
Then
free.
of course we got Ray now. He's mic'd up and shit. He's in the
Oh, you
background.
mic'd up, Ray?
Yeah, yo,
What's up,
and
what's up,
I'm
what's
sorry
up?
for the viewers who gonna see that. I'm gonna be like, oh, what the fuck is this guy? Who's this fucking guy shouting on the background?
He's behind the.
Turn the camera to yourself. Let them see you one
He's
time.
behind.
No, because then I gotta reconfigure the whole thing.
Oh,
It's on the stand. You can just turn it around, pick the stand up, and bring it to yourself.
there you go. Turn it around.
Ah,
Say
Ray.
what's up to the
Ugly
people.
ass.
Look at Ray. Hey, there you go.
There we go.
Other than that, you know what we get into now, man, is what we call lifestyles or whatever and shit. Just kick the shit.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna talk some
To
facts.
bring up like some shit that we were talking about before about Wu-Tang, like, you know, just to bring it up, you know, they want the, I don't know.
Wu-Tang is for the children.
Hell yeah. But I don't know if it's like, it's old or something.
What?
But they're not accepted into the Rock Hall of Fame.
The Rock and Roll Hall
Rock
of
and
Fame.
Roll Hall of Fame.
That's foul, because they
You don't
got
think
other.
they should be, or you think they shouldn't be?
I think they should.
Is it in
There's
Cincinnati
other
or Cleveland?
rappers. There's,
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Is the Rock and Hall of Fame, is it in Cincinnati or Cleveland,
I
Ohio?
don't even know. You know?
Okay.
wait a minute. Wait
I think it's in Cleveland.
I think so too, yo.
Nah.
Yeah, you know why?
The Rock
You know-
and Roll Hall
yeah.
of Fame, ain't it? No, that's I think that's
Yeah, he's
country.
right.
I thought it was Tennessee.
You know why?
The Country Music Hall of Fame is in
The
Tennessee.
last episode.
alright.
The nigga from the last episode told us he was in it. Remember? He's from Cleveland. He took the trip to Cleveland. He was
Yeah.
like, I went to the
Oh, to the Rock and Roll Hall.
Fame.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
You're right. It's from Cleveland.
Yeah, you know, I think they should be indicted.
Indicted.
My bad.
He's talking about the FBI case with Robert Mueller and fucking Wu-Tang Clan. He was like, yeah, they should indict him.
Oh, yeah. I was
Nah.
like, where the fuck
I
did
meant
that
to
come
say
from, yo?
inducted, man. Sorry.
I
Alright,
was
no.
gonna say, where the fuck did that come
Nah,
from?
but I think they should be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Reason being there are other rappers in there, and collaborations.
And they're on 25 years already.
25 years.
25 years.
The first year of eligibility.
Just, I mean, maybe it may change.
It's their first year of eligibility after 25 years. But before this everything came out, people have been talking about, will Wu-Tang, like since 2016 or something, people started talking about like, yo, their time is coming up. Do you think that they will be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I mean, well, you said it's their first time, so I mean, it will come up again. I think they definitely should.
I think they'll be contenders.
I think, man.
Well, they're not getting.
I think, in my opinion, it would have been a no-brainer, but you know, I guess the high ups feel otherwise.
Is there any other hip hop artists in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? We got what? Run DMC, right? Run DMC.
Of course, I believe Run DMC is. Tupac is too.
No, is he? Man,
so what does it count for? Like, what does it count for? Like the work or the years? Like the plethora of work over amount of years.
Well, you also need to you have to have had a body of music for the last 25 years.
Okay.
So after
how much body of music?
Like you could just have an album. You could just have one album.
Just one album.
Yeah.
If it was hot, you got a possibility.
Yeah, if it was like, even if it was a one-hit wonder, but that shit was like culturally astounded and shit.
One-hit wonder, that's a song though. You talking about an album?
No, one hit.
There's anybody that got in off of one-hit wonder?
Man, you know there's probably plenty of people. I could probably name fucking 3 people if I look up the list.
They're not in hip hop.
No.
Hall of Fame for one-hit
wonder. If they did a hip hop Hall of Fame, what do you think? Do they have one? They don't have.
Vanilli should be in there for how they fool people. They should be in the Hall of Fame just for that shit.
Their own category.
Man, they are indicted. The motherfuckers.
Milli Vanilli's been indicted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for fraud, son.
It's crazy. The motherfuckers. I mean, hey, they was getting their money. I ain't gonna knock them.
Yeah, they can just go by another name now. They're like big in Japan and shit.
I'm saying, like, you know how they play like on the oldie station?
Yeah, nah, I've never heard that record.
Listen, I can't name any of the shits off the top of my head, but I've seen old heads talk shit about them and then be like,
Nah, I haven't. See, that's the whole thing. Like, I haven't heard their record on.
Like, I don't remember when it's a good song.
I haven't heard their record on like any major station in a long time.
man, you don't listen to like the old head top 40s, like top 40s from
That's
before you were alive.
No, I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, I listen to all that shit. I like that. One of my favorite stations is 94.5. But, you know what I'm saying? I haven't heard Milli on there. Like,
stay on that.
Never. To be honest.
I was just thinking about that. Like, man, did someone own their royalties? You know, they put their music out there.
Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they.
Listen, they were screwing artists at that time.
That's what I'm saying. So, you know, a label still own their shit. They be trying to get niggas probably to remake that shit. They like, man, I got these old melodies.
I said, man, we gonna redo the song, but you really gonna sing it this time. You're not.
No, I'm talking about other artists. They be like, yo, I got these old Milli Vanilli.
They be telling the other artists like, you gonna redo the song, but you really gonna sing it this time. Like, we not gonna play it in the background and just have you dancing on stage. You gotta do the whole shebang.
So you gotta learn all the lyrics.
Yep, girl, you know it's true. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
So we all agree that Wu-Tang should make it though about the Hall of Fame.
Definitely.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Definitely.
First ballot.
The first ballot.
It should be first ballot, but they're not making the first ballot now.
The first ballot, like they should be in it already.
Yeah, first ballot.
25 years up, it's ready to go.
Yeah, so first ballot inductee.
Should have been talking about 4 years ago.
And they've been talking since about 4 years ago. Like, you think they'll let them go in? You think they'll let them go in? And look at the end of the day.
Body of work and everything that they've accomplished. I mean, I feel it should be a no-brainer.
And what they're still accomplishing.
Yeah, and what they're still accomplishing. I don't, not to take away from what they're still doing.
Yeah, it's good lighting.
It's just.
Oh, the lighting's great.
It's the same way.
Yeah, so I mean, other than that, I would just want to touch on this shit because I like Wu-Tang and we got talked about it earlier. It came across my.
And it's for the children.
It's for the children. But in better news, yo, which I always find shit mad funny, yo. And I don't even I'm not a big person that gets controversial with shit like the Bill Cosby shit, Ronnie Kelly. Like, I'm aware of it. I don't condone.
I know where you're going. Oh man, I know where you're going.
But what's the best one? Like the best one right now is the Cardi B shit, yo.
I mean, I knew you was
The
going
Cardi
there.
B
Why
shit.
did I know you was going there, baby? Why did I know you was going there?
I find this shit hilarious.
I mean, I find it.
There's nothing funnier than being roofied.
By a girl.
Nah, I mean,
And getting robbed.
I don't.
I was roofied by a tranny once.
Whose fault is that?
Mine, because they told me that they think that somebody slipped something in my drink, and my last line, the last
I
line,
don't think I would have told anybody.
and I was just like, yo,
Truth's come out.
they don't know. You
I
can't
don't
roofie Ray.
I don't think I got you. I don't think I would have released that information.
Listen, you can't roofie Ray. So I took the drink.
But you can't roofie Ray, but you got roofie.
Hell yeah, but I was still chilling. You know what I mean? I was walking around like, yo, what's up?
That's
Yo,
crazy.
we was chilling.
I said you can't roofie Ray, but they did it.
No, you can't roofie Ray.
But
I'm saying your intended effect for the roofie didn't work out.
Nah, I mean,
because I kept drinking more beer after
That's
I
why
was
I said,
roofied.
like, I don't, you know, the whole thing for me and the whole
But
reason
that's
why.
what happened around in the hood a lot, though. Like,
I mean,
it's
I'm
like
not
a
going.
thing,
I'm not
though.
going to act like I'm new to it or something
Like
that shocks
girls-
me.
like girls don't
you know
be
what I'm saying?
drugging
'Cause
niggas and
it
setting them up
happens.
and shit.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean. That's why I said I'm not going to be naive to it and be like, oh yeah, you know, act new to it. But my whole thing about it is I wasn't really going to talk much about it because the whole thing is it's no double standard to it. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's definitely
Wrong
no
is
double
wrong. You know
standard
what I'm
to it.
saying?
It's just I find shit funny.
Like,
and like
yeah, how it's
yeah,
being compared to Bill Cosby
yeah,
situation
and,
and
how you compare it to Bill Cosby, and then like,
I mean,
then
it,
you have
it can be.
you have the it can be, but then you have the argument like, all right, they're man and she's a woman.
Yeah,
Like,
and-
like, why does that make it any different? And why, in fact, does anybody even like? Why do motherfuckers focus on everything people say?
I think for me,
You really think she did shit like that?
yeah.
Hell yeah.
She was a stripper.
I mean, it ain't even about
That,
It
listen,
ain't about
listen.
that.
I know
She
plenty
had
of
to
strippers
survive.
that just want to.
Like, she
No,
had to-
no,
she
no,
had-
no. You can't go
What,
there. No, you can't
what,
go
with
there.
survival?
Yeah, listen.
I mean, you don't know her
What
circumstances.
kind of lifestyle you trying to live if you robbing people for hundreds of dollars?
I mean, I
You
don't
feel
know.
me? I need to survive. Like, yeah, I need to
I
survive
don't
too, and
know
I
her
slept in the
life, but
streets.
You know what, though? This-
Yeah,
And-
but there's
and,
people out there.
you know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
saying is
And I
there's
did-
people out there that's
You
what
can't
they
say that.
resort to.
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying
can't
that
say
You
that.
know
the
what
only
I'm
way
saying?
you need to survive is if you got a pimp and he's telling you, yo, bitch, I need this fucking bread at the end of the night. If not, she didn't have no other excuse. Like, yo, survival, bitch, fucking please.
Just where you
Fuck
come from.
out of here.
I mean,
I'm
you know,
saying I've seen and dealt with some fucked up shit, bro. There was no you don't ever
Yeah,
got
and
an
the whole
excuse
thing
to drug
about it
somebody.
is you didn't resort to what you
Well,
resorted
you
to.
know,
I'm saying.
But you're saying it like we're not. Like we're saying it's okay.
Like, we're saying it's
Drug
okay.
people.
We're not saying it's okay.
We're not saying that.
Nah,
know
but
what
you
I'm
can't be
saying?
like, yo, for survival. Like, nah, bitch.
No, what
for
I'm
survival.
saying is I don't know what she was, where she was at in life. I don't know what she was doing.
She was
with
getting
herself in
pimped.
life.
She had to
But
pay for them titties she got done.
What I am saying is, whatever she was doing, that's what she had to take it to.
Paying for boobies.
You know what I'm saying? I know people.
Them
that
shits
took
ain't
it to
cheap. How much
different-
is it per tit? Cause she
I
got
don't
some.
know, nor
Cause
do
she
I
got
care.
some. She got
It's-
some nice boobs and shit. And I'll be
I
like,
don't
I wonder how much them cost.
I don't care about all that.
But my whole thing is wrong is wrong. Point blank, period. You know what I'm saying? Whichever way you want to cut it, slice it, cook it, however you want to look at it. Wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? There's no double standard. It ain't
Yeah, what she
making.
did was wrong.
It ain't making what the next man did okay. It ain't making what she did okay. Look, man, if that's how it went down, you were wrong for that.
Yeah,
Point
yeah.
blank, period.
Yeah. Just turn it back on.
I've been. This is the third time I'm turning it back
Put
on.
the other battery in there.
Man,
The other one's dead.
get the other one. Get the end job.
What's
You gotta
that
keep
one?
going.
That's the one that I pulled out of this one.
Well, fuck it.
But yeah, nah, you know, I mean, like we were saying, like, I mean, wrong is wrong. That's why I really didn't have too much to really say about it. Like, I think, you know, and that's the whole thing. There's people out there that's the conversation for them. That's the argument. Like, they're gonna argue, like,
You know,
oh,
I'm
but
gonna
this,
make it relevant.
but that, there's no but nothing. You know what I'm saying? What you did was wrong, but, and there's no but to it. But what I'm saying is,
But what I'm
yeah,
saying
but
is,
what I'm saying is the fact that I know a lot of people in my life that their lives made them resort to wrongdoing.
yo, you think her Offset
You know
be
what I'm
drugging
saying?
bitches like, yo, bring that pussy here, girl.
What you say?
Her husband, you think they be drugging bitches like, come here, bring that pussy here, girl.
You be thinking way too much about it. He talking about her titties, now he talking about her getting drugged.
I just
Listen,
trying to
I'm
make it
telling you,
relevant.
I got wrapped up in this pop culture world now and shit.
I'm just trying to make it relevant.
You wrapped in it?
And I find
I'm
it funny.
embroiled in it now.
So
I find it
you
funny
watch
that-
any of the shows?
No, I don't.
What show?
So how you wrapped up in it?
Because what I do is I read a lot. So I just read all the news and the gossip and all that stuff.
You gotta start watching the show then.
What
At least
show?
know.
What
Any
Yeah,
of
what
them
show we
shit,
show?
'cause they're all in reality.
Oh,
shit.
Love and Hip Hop.
Launching people, you know, then they.
Oh yeah,
catapult
you gotta
people.
watch them shit, man.
We should make a track called Roofied on Love and Hip Hop.
That's what I was about to say. Yo, like, what the fuck? Yo, why are people coming out and they always drugging motherfuckers, man?
I don't get it. Listen,
I don't.
I've drugged myself plenty of times,
Yeah, like,
but to be like,
He said I drug myself plenty of times.
but to like make someone else, you know, nah, that doesn't even make sense. There's no more. Listen, I'm the man with no morals. I at least I have one moral. No, because we were drinking. If we're out drinking.
No, like she came through and you're like, she's like, I don't usually drink too much, and you're like,
He's like, well, here, drink half this bottle of Hennessy. then.
Well, listen. No. You are now willingly.
You know what's gonna happen.
You are now willingly
You know what's
drinking.
gonna
No,
happen.
you are now
You
willingly
know-
drinking. But
you
I'm not.
willingly know what's gonna happen.
Listen, you're only gonna allow happen what you want to allow happen outside. You know what I mean? Just fucking like ingesting something, unless I'm slipping something to you outside of those realms unknowingly.
Unless
Yeah,
I'm slipping something to you.
exactly. You're unknowingly. You're drinking on your own free will.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So it's that there right now. I'm not fucking.
Now, if she said I don't drink and you slip a Mickey in
An
non-alcoholic
orange juice or some
beverage,
shit.
you're wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a fine line to everything.
What
You
about
know
the
what I'm
women
saying?
who got raped while they were drunk?
I mean,
Well, that's rape.
yeah, but you see, that's the whole thing, and that's something that you got to look at too, because it all falls in the same line.
Like you said it right there. What about the women who've been raped when they're drunk?
yeah,
Well,
but this
but
is
they
what
didn't want
you
to
got to
have
look
sex.
they
at.
were just passed out. Yeah, that's fucking rape.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's the same thing as slipping somebody and fucking them when they not fucking.
Yeah, because
No,
in the
but he
midst of it,
asked,
you should know.
he was like, so what if you're trying to get her drunk? Oh, you asked that. What if you're trying to
but
get her
you-
drunk?
Okay.
I'm like, I
that's-
can't have to
but
try to
that's
get
my
anyone
point.
drunk. You're either gonna drink with me or you're not.
That's my point, though. You're like, she's like,
Speaking of which,
you're like, here, drink. She don't have no intentions of having sex with you, and you're like, if I get her drunk, she will.
She gonna-
And but you don't tell her that. You don't tell her that unless you joke. Like, I mean, you could joke, like, I'm just trying to get you drunk, girl. You know, but I guess that's your disclaimer. But
I mean, I guess it all comes down to your.
have it
your
on video.
yeah.
I want to get you drunk.
Yeah. You know, but okay, so in standards, where does that fall at? Like, you know, is that can bad people come out of the woodworks now because of drinking and getting raped? And,
Oh, you know, there's some liberal fuck is gonna be like, oh my god,
I mean, there's people
alcohol.
that's gonna come out about the situation, but in my opinion, also, you know, it pertains to who you put yourself around. You know what I'm saying? And the people you put yourself around. If you feel like deep down inside you can't turn the off switch. You know what I'm saying? To like, oh shit, yeah, I'm comfortable, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you really shouldn't be there in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think there's a moral standard in yourself that you
Yeah,
gotta
you
have.
know,
Like,
that's what I
yo,
say, like-
I know I don't drink that much, and when I do, I can't control my shit. I shouldn't be in this situation.
yeah, like that's what I feel. Like people don't know.
But that's so,
People
like-
will know their limit and still push their limit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like if you know your limit and you over exceed your limit, and now something happens, who's overall
What's
held
a limit?
accountable?
Just, you know what, the overall you should get from this is don't accept drinks or anything from strangers. Bring your own party
Yeah, man,
favors.
you know, have your own bottle in your pocket.
Bring your own pills if you want to get roofed.
Unless you can handle it, like I do. That's what I say. You can't roofie rape.
not roofie,
You can
though,
slip
you
me
said-
all the roofies you can, and I will drink those, and I won't pass out. That's the meaning of you can't roofie
You
rape.
got roofied by the transvestite.
Yeah, but he didn't fuck me. He ended up getting robbed at the end of the night.
Were you awake? Were you awake when this happened?
Yeah, I robbed him
Why we get back to this?
after he
keep
roofied
saying
me.
you can't roofie me, and I'm like,
You can't
But he
roofie
got
rape.
roofied.
No, but I didn't. Listen, I did, but I
He was
didn't.
like, I feel weird.
I don't expect to hear the overall truth of that story.
Yeah.
Yo, this
He was
is
like, I called him with my
Yeah, you
pants
feel what
down.
I'm saying? Like, I don't expect. And it's not against you, Ray. I just don't expect to hear the overall.
I'm just setting it
truth
up
of
so
that
when
story.
people hear the story later, they'll be like, "Oh shit, there's a whole punchline to this shit."
Yeah,
What?
because he called him with his pants down.
Oh shit. He said, Ray, what you doing?
No, Ray woke up with his own face down. Like, hey man, what you doing? You know? He said, he ain't roofing me. I had took a nap, and this nigga tried to creep up on me and shit.
The next thing I know, I was ass naked on the mattress.
Now I'm taking a nap. I was
Yeah,
tired.
I don't know, man, but you know.
Yo, you've never taken a nap on roofies?
Never took one.
Yeah, I got it.
Yo, I used to take them shits in high school, like all the time, like on the regular,
You
like
were preparing yourself.
boom,
You
like
one
yo.
day I'm gonna get roofied by a translator. I'm gonna start taking these shit.
So you would be, yeah, like you be a rape state high in every class.
Yo,
You
yeah.
just in class falling off. Like, oh,
Yo, I used to
God.
take them, yeah, before, like.
Hey, what are you doing?
What I meant was my high school years, but yes, there was a couple of times that I was taking them in school, and I'm just walking, yeah.
Snake man. He's gonna bite me to the tongue. The hell is wrong with y'all? Yeah, man.
Yo, and you know what's the worst part too, man?
What's
It's just
up?
like, I'm pretty sure that happens, but the ones on the news, man, it only seems to be fucking. It
Listen,
only seems to be, what is it called? Minorities, man.
What you mean?
That they keep catching all these people fucking roofing people.
oh
and,
no, dude, you've never
Nah,
watched all
man,
those
look what they trying to do to my man Robert Kraft, man.
You never seen all
Robert Kraft.
no,
Robert
he's
Kraft
talking
ain't-
about drugging
Yeah,
people.
Robert Kraft was just getting a tongue rub. I ain't mad at you, man. I'm
He
just
said
saying.
he's getting
The only thing I'm mad
They
about
don't get the tugging rub,
I don't think I'm mad
man.
about
It's a
is
rub and
I
tug.
used to
It's in reverse.
Yeah, he was like, "Yo, we're
They
gonna
reversed
start.
it
It's gonna
on
start
it.
early
Oh.
and shit. You're gonna get the tug, and then I'll rub you
Tug
later."
Tugging rub.
They get straight to the point over
You
there.
gotta tug and then you rub it, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, you know.
But how you gonna, this is my problem with that is,
What's up?
how you spend $1 million jet for a $20 hand job? Like, you know, you can get those over there, right?
No, he was at some. It was $60.
Okay,
Said it was
$60
$60. Yeah, $21.
That's crazy. That Robert Kraft was going somewhere where he was getting $60 rub and tugs.
All right, but
Listen.
where do you live at? You don't live in Florida.
No,
Man,
he
with
doesn't.
the money he got,
But
can you
listen,
imagine how many
that's-
rubber tugs a day he
Yo,
get?
that's efficient. That's efficiency right
He
there.
said that's efficient.
Listen, no, it's efficient.
He's
Like,
can only afford the $20 one. That's why. I've been always wanted to get the $60 one.
They always got that for the special.
listen, he's a billionaire who's fucking spending $60. Like, yo, if I was a billionaire, I'd have. Yeah, he like, yo, you being frugal with the pussy. If I was a billionaire like Robert Kraft, I'd be paying for some high class pussy, like Cardi B. Cardi B, even like I'll spend less money on fucking drinks because she'll roofie me, and everybody knows you can't roofie Ray.
She'll show you can.
So it's just a segue for you to get roofied again.
Yeah.
Somebody drugged
This
this.
should be like a flat floor fucking.
Yeah, somebody drugged this man. Somebody get him.